Good afternoon and welcome to a special edition of Take 5. All this week we have been talking hurricane homework with nationally known home improvement expert and host of today's homeowner, Danny Lippert.
Hi, John.
Great to see you.
Hey, great to see you as well.
All right, so first day it was things to do way in advance of a storm. Second day was stuff to do when a storm is in the Gulf. Right. Today, let's imagine for a minute that the watches and warnings have gone up and we're in the path of a storm. Now what?
Boy, it starts getting serious now. You really have to pay attention to a number of things that you just have to do. Number one, protect the house. The plywood that we cut a few days ago and we talked about, let's get it on the outside of the house so that you know you're protecting your belongings. Then you want to start relocating, not moving away, but moving any of your cars or anything else that you need in the garage out of the way of power lines or trees that could possibly do. Go ahead and get up to that gas station before everybody else does. Fill up the gas tank, very, very important. And also when you're filling something up, get as much water gathered as you possibly can. Lightweight plastic in all of your tubs. Fill it up with water, not for drinking, but for flushing toilets as well as any washing that you may need to do. These are things you need to go ahead and do right now before you might possibly lose those utilities during the storm.
All right, let's take a look at what's up next and turn off, gather, and hunker down. So I think I know what number 3 is there, but let's start with turn off.
Well, first of all, you don't necessarily need to turn off the utilities, just know how to turn them off. You know, when you're talking about gas meters and you're talking about your water that you have, any of these type of utilities, some people just don't know how or where to turn them off. You need to make sure that you do that. Certainly gathering all of your valuables, your documents, your medicines, all of that, have them together to where in the event that you really have to move, to go ahead and make sure that you do that. And then certainly when you're able to, and you know, the gas meter is something the water meters a lot of times can be buried down under a lot of debris. So it's a good idea right now, go out, identify it, and know exactly where it is. And then of course, hunker down. You guys use that term quite a bit. And it is important to really get to that safe place in your home, know where it is, and make sure it's ready for you to ride out that storm.
Okay, I want to back up a second because I was watching the video and people were in there turning their water off.
Right.
What is that instrument they were using?
Well, a water cutoff tool, I'll tell you what, if you don't have one of these, get one today. I mean, these are so inexpensive. Any of the hardware stores have them. And this is the simplest and easiest way to reach down on that water meter and turn it off. I mean, people get their pliers and their channel locks down there. You don't want to be digging down like that when a storm's headed your way. This is something you need, you know, hurricane season or not, you need one of these handy, and everybody in the house needs to know how to use it.
All right, so the key here is you always want to do as much as you can way ahead of time, but then when the time comes, you got to be ready to move quickly.
Absolutely. You need to, and then the thing about it is, if you go buy a few tanks worth of gas, you're going to use the gas. If you go buy, you know, a few things here and there, you're not wasting money. You're preparing. You're not just waiting till the last minute, because if you've ever been in that long gas line, or if you've ever been at the ATM and there's 75 people in front of you, you know what we're saying is something you really need to, you know, understand the warning on.
It's true, and there may be a lot of folks that have moved here since the last hurricane. Maybe this is news to you, but you can find out more. And also, we encourage you to watch today's Homeowner with Danny Lippert. It's on, WKRG and the CW55. Danny.
All right, John.
Great to see you.
I enjoyed it, man.